Well, the rain that has been forecast is still yet to get here, but as we look out there, we see a lot of deer running around in the woods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least 8 out there, and maybe more, I don't know. At least 8 out there. They're down below the feeder, the Texas Hunter feeder. Apache's been here this morning, and they come around when they hear that mule fire up. They come around and get close. They look beautiful. Great way to start another week, particularly if it rains. There's a bunch of deer out there. 5 right there. Down here's more. 6, 7. I counted 8 earlier, I don't know. Might be 1 or 2 behind the tree. Someone laying down there a minute ago. He might be laying down behind a tree. I think there's at least 8 of them down there. Great way to start another week. Seeing a few deer lounging around. And hopefully, that's a big buck right there. I think it's Fat Boy on the left with his head behind the tree. That's a pretty fat deer right there too. I believe that's a doe, I don't know. I believe that's a buck there on the right. Hard to tell, but it won't be hard to tell pretty soon. We're gonna start growing those horns pretty quickly. Yes, I know, antlers. Another day starts at the Eagle. The prayer circle's full of deer. We have deer everywhere. If you look at just deer as far as you can see out there. Zoom a little bit on those. By the way, I went fishing a little bit yesterday afternoon, caught 25. Pretty good day. No big ones though. I probably didn't have a 3-pounder. Maybe 2.5 pounds, maybe my biggest fish. Deer all the way out. Look around the feeder. Deer around the feeder as well. Probably 8 or 10 deer out there. They're just sort of everywhere. The ground is wet. The ground is wet. We put down a little grass seed here in the yard yesterday. The deer messed that up there during the winter. But you can see we got new grass coming up there. And it'll fill up here pretty soon. We had a little cold front come in. Now this is something when you're talking about a cold front. It's March, but barely. Talking about a cold front, and that low was 55 last night. 55 cold front. It was 80 yesterday. 79 or 80, maybe 80. Maybe not quite 80. We're forecast 1 to 3 inches of rain this week from this front. As the week went on, they increased it up to 2 to 3 inches of rain. And it's rained almost none. I'll check the gauge here in a little bit, but it rained. I heard it raining real hard, and it lasted about 10 seconds. And I heard it again about 12:30. I was watching television when it rained the first time. I was going to get up and look at it, but it quit before I could get up. I heard it rain again about 12:30. I'd just gone to bed. That didn't last for about 30 seconds. I don't know if I missed any rain after that or not. But it's a beautiful morning out there. It'll be a good morning to be fishing. Just glancing out at the lake. It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Look over here. This is kind of a funny deal over here. Looking at the reflection, you see if it looks like right in the middle of the screen, it looks like that there's something swimming across the lake this way. Now, I looked at that with the binoculars earlier. It is a reflection of that budded out white bush over there in the water. See that? See that reflection in that something? When you back away from that, all it is a reflection right there. You back away from it, it looks like something swimming across the lake. I saw that this morning. I looked at it, I thought maybe it's a deer swimming across the lake. We look at the rain gauge. I'll look at it in a little bit, but it's got almost nothing in it. We're thankful for what we got, though. Yes, we are. Yes, we are thankful for the rain we got. It's cloudy. It's cloudy, could rain some more. These guys out here started talking to them. There was only 2 that flew by. These guys out here started talking to them as they flew by. I thought maybe they'd get up and fly with them. All they did is talk. They just talk like crazy, and then they shut up. Yeah, they're still talking. When they're on the water like that and they start talking, they're getting ready to fly. See how they're all at attention right there? I don't know if they're getting ready to fly now or not. I just don't know. But I might walk down there and see if I can make them fly. All the rest of them are paying attention. Oh, there they go. Yep, there they go. When you hear them talking like that, that means they're gonna fly. Now they left 7, which I think those 2 that flew off was the mama and papa. I think those are the 9 that we had hatch out here this year, or maybe last year. Now these are going toward the water right now. Maybe they're gonna go. They're starting talking too. I don't know why they didn't leave when mom and daddy left. I'm assuming that's mom and daddy, I don't know. But 7 babies, 2 adults, I think's what the deal is. And they took off and flew on off. These are talking like they're gonna fly on off. I'm just gonna walk down there and walk out here and see if I can make them fly. Move a little faster, a little quicker. But Nellie, she doesn't know what's done. She took off after something went out there. All the way over to the other side. She's definitely not after the geese. She covers a lot of territory in a hurry. I bet she runs by a lot of sheds that she doesn't smell or pick up. I'm gonna go ahead and make the geese move. Come on down here in the yard. Make them move. At least get out of the yard. I have all the fertilizer I need. Hey, Benelli. Hey, Benelli. No, don't mess with the geese. No, don't mess with them. I got me an otter the other day. And Benelli retrieved it. You know, watch where you walk, because geese been out here for a while. They're not paying attention to me though, except all they're doing is walking to the water. And now they're gonna fly to the water. They don't want to walk through the grass probably. Why those picked up flew to the water. They're definitely not afraid of me, not worried about me. Jimmy's not gonna hurt us. You heard of getting your goose cooked? You guys could get your goose cooked if you ain't careful. Not even paying attention to Benelli. Benelli's not going where they are because I told her no. But she wants to go down there and check the water out, pee. Yeah, they're on the water and they'll swim on off. I like having them around though. I just don't like the deposits they leave behind. The bank deposits they leave behind. It's not good. Look at Benelli's right there close by. She is such a pretty girl. She knows though she's not supposed to mess with them. I told her to run them off a time or 2 and she has. They're not afraid of her. Not at all. Beautiful red tag standing out there. And her babies and family should be coming, well, right there. That's another mama and her baby. And Nellie's out on the porch this morning. That's what they're looking at right now. And just come walking through there beautifully, like a scripted. It's what you call yard ornaments right there. All over the South, they call horses pasture ornaments. And we have yard ornaments here on Twin Eagle Ranch. And they're beautiful white-tailed deer. And I'm in love with white-tailed deer. What can I say? I'm in love with Chris. I'm in love with you. I'm in love with white-tailed deer. That's a beauty right there. The babies are growing. Many of the babies are about as big as their mamas now. That one there's not. But she's pretty good size. pretty good size. Things are beginning to turn green. Lots of rain all over in many places in Oklahoma. Did not get much here at Twin Eagle. So far through all of this, 3/10 of an inch. Some places got it up to 4 inches. Over on Lake Tenkiller, where my son and daughter live, my grandkids, great-grandkids, over 2 inches, 2.7. And that was before last night. I think they got more last night. Flash flood warnings out for Cherokee County on Lake Tenkiller, Adair County, Delaware County, Murray County. Well, dry here at Twin Eagle Ranch. 3/10 for the week. Forecast 2 to 3 inches. But it's been fun. Jimmy's got to go fishing a couple evenings. Caught 18 yesterday evening. Pretty good. No big ones. Biggest maybe 4 pounds. What a privilege it is to get to go fish 2 or 3 hours before dark. Absolutely wonderful. As I glance out now, it looks like that they decided to make the prayer circle their resting spot this morning while they're waiting on that Texas Hunter feeder to throw them some South Fresh deer food. Yep, they're just enjoying themselves. A couple of them went out there and just laid down. That's deer that know where their home is. They're so comfortable here, so used to being around people that they're just absolutely at home. Feel just as comfortable as Chris and I do here. We sure do enjoy sharing those beautiful deer with everybody. Chris loves them as much as I do. That little deer's a little baby buck. We look at him a little bit closer, you can see he's got nubbins. That's why he's almost as big as his mama already. Hold it steady, Jimmy. He's a pretty good sized boy. He's gonna have him some pretty good numbers. Well, the other deer's a buck also. That's Red Tag's baby from last year. Pretty decent horns this year. And we'll really have some good ones starting pretty soon. So those are brothers right there. A boy and his big brother, or a big brother and his little brother, teaching him the ways of the world. The ways of the world, watching squirrels. It's almost like they were coming out of the ground. Every time I look out, there's Benelli laying on the porch, not paying any attention. She heard me say her name. She said, I heard my name. Benelli laying on the porch. She sure scratches a lot. I wish I could figure out. I give her an allergy pill every day. She still scratches. There just seems to be more and more deer all the time in the prayer circle. Only one laying down now, but they're feeding in the prayer circle. A lot of the green stuff beginning to come up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out there. More walking around down through the woods out there. Just like deer gathering around everywhere. A daily ritual. We never know where they're going to be, but they're not far from the hacienda. That's for sure. This is their home, and they love it here. You're almost in heaven, dear. It is cold out there today. I made it up to about 55 degrees, and it's falling off pretty rapidly out there. Pretty chilly. I walked down the dock and made a few casts, not very many, caught 2. I actually went down there and tested out a new bobber system, a new slip bobber. That is amazing. You can throw it, I mean, you can just, I'd almost say you throw it a mile, but that's just redneck talk. You can't throw it a mile. You can throw it way farther than you can any other bobber that I've ever seen. And it's a slip bobber, and it's really, really something. Man up in Nebraska invented it. It's trying to get a patent on it because it's really quite a system. If you fish in the bank, you can fish much, much, much further out in the lake than you've ever been fished before. So you can reach catfish out there that you've not reached before. It's a slip bobber, so if you want to fish out there where it's 20 foot deep and still have a bobber, you can do it. Drop your bait down, if we're throwing out 20 foot of water, set that slip bobber where it'll go down, have that bait a foot or two off the bottom as it drifts around out there. You catch a lot more catfish doing that, I guarantee you that. Lots of deer out there this evening. Things are getting a little green, and they are really enjoying that. The front yard's getting greener every day. A little bit greener every day. Long time still we have to mow. Well, maybe not too far. You never know. Things are changing rapidly. We ended up getting 0.8 of an inch of rain, which gives us 1.1 inch for the month. And that's not too good, but we're happy to have it. We had 0.3 of an inch earlier this week, and then that 0.8 of an inch. So that's all good. There's a lot of deer out there. A lot of deer out there, 8 or 10. Bucks and does both. Bucks have no antlers, but they still have a good appetite. They're looking good. Winter, go away. We love these 80-degree days. Yes, we do. 7:30 and just barely daylight. Daylight saving time. Hello, daylight saving time, and welcome. Hello, Mr. Moon. A little froggy on the water this morning. Pretty thick in places. Look up that way, it's really thick. Look back off this way. It's pretty thick. Sun has not risen yet. The sun didn't change, we changed. Daylight saving time. 7:30, barely breaking day. A Sunday. This is the Lord's day. This is the Lord's day. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Brew up a cup of coffee, take a shower, go worship God. Doesn't get any better than that. Right here in America. What a blessing. 35 degrees this beautiful froggy Sunday morning as the frog lifts a little bit off the lake. Not too bad. See the other side without any problem at all. Really kind of beautiful out there. As a tournament fisherman, I detest frog. Fog has caused us to miss many hours of tournament fishing, and no telling how much money it's cost us. But it's beautiful on a Sunday morning here at the Eagle. Beautiful day, 35 degrees. Winter came back. I told Chris this morning as we're getting ready for church that this just might be the coldest morning, coldest night, coldest day, whatever you say, until wintertime. So wouldn't that be nice? Sweet, very sweet. Actually, it's the coldest forecast, so we'll see what happens. And as Chris and I get ready to leave and go to church, we only have one little red tag and a little family out there. That's about it. I think there's 4 there total. Yeah, that's a buck right there on the right. Chris is loading her chariot, ready to go. That's Fat Boy right there, I believe. Beautiful buck. Baby doe. I think it's a baby doe. It might be the buck too. Not the doe. I don't think that is red tag. No tag in there. That's a totally wild deer. All of those deer are totally wild, not tagged at all. You can see where his antlers were beginning to grow back in. Chris is waiting in the car. We got to get going. We have to leave here by 8:30 to make it on church. No, 9:30, excuse me, to make it on church sometime. Our church starts at 10:30. And that gives us about 3 or 4 minutes to go by the donut shop. I think I deserve a donut. I think you deserve a donut. Yes, I do.